We have a passion for the hunt.
"650 miles north of Winnipeg, Manitoba, lies Lynn Lake Fly-In Outpost Camps and Wolverine Lodge, and is home to some of the finest black bear hunting in North America. On today's show, Jason Mitchell makes the 14-hour trek from North Dakota to hunt black bears with owner and friend Russ Betchen at Wolverine Lodge. Later in the show, we'll join Passion for the Hunt pro staffer Chase Furstenau as he hunts in Winnipegosis, Manitoba, out of South Shore Lodge for a late September archery bear hunt.
You know, we drove all night to get here. We're back in the Canadian bush, back with our friends up at Wolverine Lodge near Lynn Lake, Manitoba. And the reason that we're here is because the bears are really long and the fish are really long. And it's one of the best areas that I've ever seen if you want to shoot a Pope and young bear, or a lot of different neat color phases, whether it's blonde, chocolate, brown, cinnamon, red. Basically every color that a black bear comes in, you'll see it up here. And so when you combine the great bear hunting with some great fishing, it truly is a great destination. And we drove through a lot of wild weather to get up here. We've got more wild weather coming. It's gonna probably rain tonight. We've got a lot of fronts rolling through. With these temperatures dropping, with a lot of this weather moving through, that hopefully these bears will be moving.
Fast fact: the American black bear was named by early European settlers who only saw black-colored bears when they arrived in North America. As settlers moved westward, they began to encounter bears of different colors, leading them to believe they were an entirely different species. The variations in color are attributed to a bear's habitat and serves as camouflage. Bears in heavily forested areas tend to be black, which allows them to blend into the shadows caused by dense trees and brush. And bears in drier climates, with sparser vegetation, tend to be of the brown or light brown variations. Most common color phases in black bears are black, brown, red, blonde, cinnamon, and chocolate, with a rare white or blue-gray phase occurring in southeastern Alaska and northwestern Canada.
Feels good to get back out bow hunting. You know, we drove all night last night and we drove through a lot of rain, and we're up in northern Manitoba, basically where the road's in, up by Lynn Lake. And in fact, the Ice Road Trucker Road is just a few miles down the road. Getting out here today, it's 40, 45 degrees. It's cold, and boy, you'd sure think those bears would be moving. You know, we've got 3 hunters in camp, and I would not be surprised if somebody shoots a bear tonight. You can see it's springtime in the Canadian Shield. The deciduous trees are just starting to leaf out. But what's really impressive about this bait site is how high some of these scrapes are on the bark. There's been some big bears in here. We'll see what happens. I'd love to see the color phase, and this area here is a phenomenal area for a lot of different cool color phases. So first night, see what happens. The first day that we were hunting, I would guess it was probably a high of maybe 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It was just a cold day. And so I was excited to get out in the stand. I figured for sure that this cold weather would really get the bears moving. It just seemed like everything was perfect except for the woods were quiet. When we went out that second night, we went right back to the same stand that we were in the first night. Even though we didn't see a bear that first night, didn't really see much activity, the bait had been getting hit. So sure enough, when we went out the second morning and just checked the bait, a bear had been in there the night before. And so we just figured, you know, there's some good activity here. We're just going to put in our time. You know, we'd probably sat on the stand for, we were probably there for maybe 3 or 4 hours. And, you know, hadn't really seen much. And then up above the barrel, just got a glimpse of black. Soon it became apparent that we weren't looking at one bear. There was a couple of different bears, and we just see, you know, just black moving through the trees. And you know, they just came in on those big padded feet. They don't make a sound. We were definitely looking at a very big and probably a pretty old sow. And when she came in with those cubs, she looked right up in the tree like a whitetail and just bolted. And so obviously this wasn't her first rodeo.
While Jason and Russ Betchen spend the morning looking for walleyes for an afternoon shore lunch, before Jason heads to the stand for the evening's hunt. Let's catch up with Passion for the Hunt pro staffer Chase Furstenau as he spends a warm, late September evening hunting bears out of South Shore Lodge near Winnipegosis, Manitoba.
Today we have above average temperatures. It's close to 90 today. I'm in a t-shirt. It's almost October. It's just unheard of up here 4 hours north into Canada, but they're not hibernating. They should be up on their feet here when it starts getting a little later. All the guides say the bear should be still moving and this heat shouldn't bother them at all, so I'm excited. Hope a big one comes in. That's all we need. focus over there like there's a bigger bear. Same thing, this smaller bear came in. I only wanted to look was over there. I almost have a feeling that think that maybe there's a big bear over there that's maybe run these bears off, and they're aware of that and they're maybe afraid of him. What looks to be maybe a bigger bear coming in. He's sitting back here being smart, about 35 yards back. It's hard to tell, but it looks like his ears look small. So from what I've been told, that's a good bear when their ears look small. But he's being cautious, very cautious, which tells me he's probably a mature bear. But we'll see. Hey, Dennis, how's it going?
Okay.
You notice how loud I'm talking?
Hey,
Do you notice how loud I'm talking?
what's that?
It doesn't matter anymore, we got a bear.
You got a bear?
He's down.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Dennis.
I'm just into another site here. I'll come over and pick you up right away.
Yeah, he's dead. He just went 40 yards and we watched him die, so.
Ah, good man there, buddy. Ah, congrats. Oh, we're going to drink tonight. Okay, I'll be there shortly.
Okay, thanks, Dennis.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Come on, cameraman.
Now, let's head back up to Wolverine Lodge and Jason Mitchell, where he is set up and looking to take another spring Manitoba bear.
You know, the third day we went right back to the same stand. Incredibly enough, we barely sat down, and right away, one of those young bears that we'd seen the day before came right into the bait. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe there's not a big boar around here, because if there's a sow with two young bears, you know, typically, you know, with cubs, you know, they avoid the boars because the boars will actually attempt to kill the cubs. And once the sow goes into heat, they'll kick the cubs off and then breed with the boar. Now, obviously, it is during the rut here right now where these boars are roaming looking for sows. But you know, sometimes that sow with cubs can either be a good sign in the sense that's the best bait that there is for a lovesick boar, or it could be a bad sign and mean that there's no boars around. And that young bear came in, and the one that with the sweet tooth, and hit the bait site and was milling around it, and all of a sudden that bear looked over and was gone. That's just exhilarating. Oh man, tell you what, an animal that size, that big, comes in, you can't help but shake. I mean, oh, I had everything that I could do just to keep my knees from knocking. Oh, incredible. You know, we gave it about an hour. You know, a nice thing about shooting video when you're hunting is that you can look back at the video and see exactly where the shot placement is and see exactly where that bear is hit. And you know, when I shot, I felt good. I mean, it felt like a really, really good shot, right where I was aiming for. And the only thing that I didn't like was the fact that I didn't get pass through. Speculate what happened is that arrow hit that opposite shoulder blade and stopped. And so typically you're not going to get as much blood, and typically it takes a little bit longer for those bears to die because they don't bleed out as fast. I am pretty sure that bear's dead, but at the same time we just want to give a little bit of time before we go in there. So we'll see if we can find that bear easy enough and see if we can find the arrow. Another great Manitoba bear, Russ. Thank you so much.
Bet. You're
Tell you what,
welcome.
you've got a great camp. We just love coming up here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
mean, we came up here last year and 2 years in a row shot big bears, shot Pope and young bears each year, and seen a lot of bears. I mean, you got something special
Right,
going on
right.
here.
They happened a little faster this time because, you know, it was just a little earlier spring, so we had a chance to bait them a little farther ahead of time and keep up on it. And we got the cameras out, and so we knew what kind of bears we had at the baits. And
Yeah,
it turned out great.
You know, it's the edge of civilization, and you know these bears have probably, they've probably never even seen people. But
That's correct, yes.
what is so cool about this camp is there's so many big bears and then so many color phases as well.
Right. The other night, Matt shot a nice chocolate brown one, and a couple nights before that, we had a guy shoot a big red one. So we need someone to shoot a blonde one this week, and then we've got
Round
every
out
color
the
phase covered.
Oh, incredible trip. Thanks so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Now, the beautiful thing about this part of the world is that there's literally 20 hours of daylight. And so it never really does get truly dark where the sun sets. The sun just gets low behind the trees for a little while, then comes right back up. And so the days are incredibly long. And you can literally overdose on the outdoors. You can fish for 10 hours a day and still sit in a stand for 5 or 6 hours each evening. And the fishing can be incredible. Lots of really big pike and huge numbers of walleyes. And you know, this water is so pristine, it never gets touched. It never gets fished except for the handful of people that come to this camp. At times it can be a fish every cast. You know, the fishing in itself is an incredible experience, a once in a lifetime experience for a lot of people. And then when you combine the quality of bear hunting as far as the size of some of these boars, and then all the different color phases that they have, it's truly an incredible outdoor opportunity if you love to hunt and fish.
For more information on hunting and fishing trips at Wolverine Lodge or Lynn Lake Fly and Outpost camps, go to wolverinelodge.net. And for hunting and fishing adventures a little further south, go to southshorelodge.net.
Passion for the Hunt has been brought to you by Shields, Arctic Shield, North Dakota Tourism, Crestliner Boats, and Polar Trailer. And by these other fine sponsors. Do you have a passion for the hunt? For shows, tips, trips, and product information, check out passionforthehunt.com. And for the latest photos and adventures, don't forget to like us on Facebook.